Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I made a video. I am currently in Indiana and I've been working for an agency, or in other words, I've been doing contract nursing for about 2-3 months now. So it was November of 2022 and it's currently almost February of 2023. I have had a lot of people reach out to me and just ask me questions about how it's been going and what the journey's been like, so I thought I would share some information. I just want to preface this video by saying that everything that I share is my own opinion and based on my own experience, and it's not necessarily going to be the same for you. The first thing that I want to talk about is, should you do this as a new grad, take an agency or contract nurse job, go to a different country? There is no right or wrong answer, and it could be a good decision or it could be a bad decision, but I gotta say it's not going to be an easy journey. You're definitely going to face some hiccups along the way and it's not going to be smooth sailing. So if you're going to choose this route, you want to make sure that you are fully committed and that you are going to be able to withstand any problem that you're given. So my first tip is that make sure you know your agency well. Make sure that you vouch for them being reputable. I would say take recommendations from other people because you don't want to fully believe everything that you read online. A lot of the times agencies are in this for the money and they don't necessarily care about you. So you want to make sure you find an agency that will have your back. They need to have good communication. They need to have a good contract. They need to be able to answer all of your questions. For me, I have had a rocky experience with my agency, so it hasn't been the best. So a lot of things have come up along the way. Needless to say, I have figured it out. It wasn't smooth sailing because I had some of those issues with my agency. So I definitely want to say, if anyone's going to follow my footsteps, make sure that you have a solid agency that you're working for. Number two is you want to make sure you are fully aware of how much training you're going to get as a new grad coming into a contract. This is kind of a new concept. They hardly hired new grads as contract or travel agency nurses because they tend to want nurses who have around 2 years of experience just because they want you to come in and fill the need. But because of COVID, they've been having a lot of these new opportunities where they will take new grads and train you because they're that desperate for nurses. However, sometimes they might bring you in and expect you to be able to take on full patient loads with barely any training. In my situation, there was some miscommunication with the agency in my hospital. So when I got here, they actually didn't know I was a new grad. So that's why I really want to reiterate that you need to know that the hospital you're working for and the agency that you're signing with know that you're a new grad and that you're going to need training. Now, how much training is really dependent on the hospital and what they're willing to offer you and what you're willing to take. Don't expect to go into agency nursing and get the full, sometimes it's 12 weeks, sometimes it's a couple months of training, because they're not going to give you that. They want you to come in and fill a need. So they want you to start working on your own as soon as possible. So if you are going this route, you need to be fully aware that you're going to have to put in extra effort, be able to get to a place where you are safe and comfortable taking on patients faster than a normal new grad would. You need to put in extra effort and hours. If you need to come home from a shift and look up how to do certain things, you need to do that. Or if you need to go in early and try and learn different things, you're going to have to do that, because otherwise it's your license that's on the line and it's your patient safety that's at risk. Going off of what I was just talking about, sometimes when you take an agency job and you're a new grad, your staff in the hospital might not like you because you are getting paid a lot of money and you don't have any experience. So just keep that in mind. You might not have a lovely work environment. I was lucky that I have a really nice work environment and I have a lot of people to lean on and who are willing to help me out and have my back. So these are things you're going to have to understand. You're not going to know whether or not you're going to be stuck in an environment that isn't very conducive to you learning. So I would suggest do some research about the hospital and the work environment as well as the agency so that you can know whether or not you're going to be able to pull this off. I know a couple of people who did try this, and after a couple weeks with agency, they left because as a new grad, it's hard as it is. Now, throwing in being a contract nurse and an agency nurse, that's a whole other layer to it. So you have to be prepared. Which brings me to another point. You need to make sure you have support. I know a lot of people want to go to different places like California because the weather's really nice and they pay really good. But if you're going to go, you want to make sure that you have someone physically there to help you through this transition, because it's not easy. The first year of nursing can be some of the darkest times. Throw being in a new country and having all this responsibility on top of that, it's really tough. Although it's nice to have people to talk to virtually, it's a lot different to have someone there physically to support you when you come home from work and you're exhausted and you literally need a shoulder to cry on. Having someone there is a lot different than having someone virtually far away from you, because you're going to need the support. So should you do it? Honestly, if you're asking if I regret it, no, I don't regret it at all. Although if you do follow me on Instagram, you'll see that it was really rocky to begin with. But now that I'm more settled in and I have a routine down and I have a few months of experience, I feel a lot better than I did in the beginning. You're gonna have to push through those hard times, and then you're going to see that it is worth it, because people go into it because they want to be paid more. And definitely the agency pay is so much more worth the pay that the hospital would give you. No, I don't regret it, because I think all the work that I'm putting into it is being compensated fairly. And I don't think nurses are paid enough. And I think this is a good opportunity for people to be able to work and get paid fairly. I have been getting a lot of questions on this topic. There's so many things to talk about. And as I keep going, I'm going to gain more experience. So I'll definitely try and make more videos on this topic. If you have any more specific questions about this topic, please leave them in the comments below and I'll try and answer them there or make future videos. Generally, no one can tell you whether or not you should do it as a new grad. Again, I just want to say that it's going to be challenging, but it can definitely be worth it. So you just got to weigh your options. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram, because I do post daily updates about how my job's going and how I'm feeling during the day. So you'll get a lot more information there. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you soon.